Let's talk about When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen. This book, based on the premise, was so interesting to me because I am obsessed with anything paranormal. And this book is about this woman who returns to her hometown to this haunted plantation to attend an antebellum themed wedding. And while there, the angry slaves of the old plantation owners reawaken to get their reckoning. However, in the end, there wasn't a lot of time spent on the ghosts of the plantation. Don't get me wrong, there is this big scene at the end where you get a lot more detail into that, but the lead up of it was more so focused on the really inappropriate and insensitive and racist handling of Black history, slave history, plantation history. You really look at how white people can go to these events and these places and look at some of these events in history as almost glorified, because let's think about it. If I were to go back in time and end up here at this plantation, that wouldn't be the end of the world for someone who looks like me. So you really get to walk in the shoes of a Black woman who is experiencing one of these plantations that is doing realistic reenactments. To really read a book about that perspective and walk in those shoes, at least on paper, was really powerful. And so you can't take that away from this book. That said, entertainment wise, I really wanted more haunting. I wanted more creepy. I think I wanted something from this book that wasn't intended by the author. So I need to keep that in mind when I say that I rated this 3 stars. The ending especially was a little anticlimactic for me. It just felt a little bit like false advertising when the whole title of the book is When the Reckoning Comes. Things do happen, obviously. There is a climax, obviously, but it wasn't what I was expecting. That pretty much sums up why this didn't hit the mark for me, but I can still really appreciate it for what it actually is. So this is definitely going to be a book I will recommend to people who are looking for diverse reads, to people who want historical fiction with a touch of paranormal. It's not creaking floorboards. It's not doors opening and closing on their own. It's not that kind of a haunting. So it is definitely more historical horror than anything else. So yes, I would recommend this, but just keep in mind that it might not be the reckoning that you are expecting when you look at the cover. This was When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.